What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Night Owl channel, and welcome back to the Dynasty Warriors character analysis series. In this video, we'll be going over the brilliant tactician for the Wei army, known as Xun You. Hope you guys enjoy. Xun You is an advisor of Wei and a skilled strategist comparable to Xun You and Sima Yi, enough to be well trusted by Cao Cao. Despite his skills, he was said to have refused a number of high rewards and titles during his career. Akin to his historical record, Xun You is a humble person through and through. He is someone who is no doubt as skilled as his relative Xun You in his forte, while also being able to put up a calm exterior in front of others for the sake of professionalism. However, beneath that lies a side of him that refuses to give enough credit, as well as feeling as though his actual capabilities are dwarfed in front of others such as Xu and Xun You, due to Xun You himself lacking specific assertive qualities. Despite many mythologies, Xun You does not consider himself to be special, but on the other hand is loyal to those who need to make use of his strength. Unlike the others, Xun Yu's plans tend to be more safe rather than risk versus reward. This adds more diversity to the strategies of Wei. Although not seen interacting much with others, his biggest relationships seem to be with his relative and his master. He is often shown being friendly and sociable with these two in particular. Other than this, Xun You prefers to be alone. And with that being said, let's let Dynasty Warriors 9 introduce Xun You.
Xun You. He came from the distinguished Xun clan and was a relative of Xun You. At the time of Dongzhuo's fall, he was in transit to his new assignment as prefect of the Shu territory. He was recommended by Xun You as a strategist to Cao Cao and accepted. Shortly after joining his new ruler, distressing news was delivered to their forces. Cao Cao's father, Cao Song, was killed by an officer under Cao Qian of Shu province. Quietly, Xun You began thinking up possible responses to the sudden turn of events.
Alright, so in the beginning, Xun You wasn't very talkative. He didn't really communicate, and anytime that, he was actually prompted to talk, or, they wanted his idea, because he was a strategist. He was one of the 4 strategists that was introduced to Cao Cao in the beginning of the story. He had to be asked, or according to Dian Wei, he had to be prodded.
I thought you guys simply gave our Lord good ideas without having to be prodded.
Easy now, Master Dian Wei. Master Xun You has his reasons. He once proposed a plot to his friends and was ultimately imprisoned for it. So he prefers to practice caution. No inadvertent words or ideas. In fact, his careful nature is perhaps his best attribute.
Anyways, we get a little insight on Xun Yu's character of why he's so quiet in the beginning, why he's reserved. As Guo Jia pointed out, he was imprisoned for coming up with an idea or a plan with his former friends, or perhaps an alliance or another kingdom, and he got imprisoned for it. So it was kind of cool to see that insight on his character of why he had that cautious and reserved nature. So that was pretty cool to find out. So anyway, his story continues, and he's a major strategist for some of the key battles for Cao Cao's campaign, especially the battles of Jiapi and Guandu, where he takes down Lu Bu and Yuan Shao. But you don't really notice it because Xun You doesn't really say much. A lot of the other tacticians and strategists, Manchang, Guo Jia, and Xun You, and Jiashu, who they acquire after Wan Castle, they were speaking more. They were more outspoken and with their ideas and stuff like that. And Xun You didn't really say anything unless he was asked. Hey, what did you think about X, Y, and Z? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then he would give his input. It wasn't until later on into his story and where Guo Jia actually gets sick, and he almost he gave Xun You a little bit of a scare, but he was actually telling the truth when he said that, Xun You might be taking over for Guo Jia soon. And it was actually what led to Xun Yu's cutscene.
Master Xun You, your work at Guandu was spectacular. Your exploitation of Yuan Chao's weakness in that battle was exceptional.
No. My humble contribution was nothing compared to your own Master Guo Jia. At Guandu. It just so happened that I was the one the enemy leaked that information to. After that, I just used the information to give our Lord the very best plan I could think of.
You don't allow yourself enough credit, but I guess I should have expected that of you.
I, standing in front of people and detailing a battle is just not me. I have no problems with just acting, though. I just can't be like you or Master Yu. Or be like Master Xu.
Hey. Oh, yeah. I hear someone saying my name, and it turns out to be you, Master Xun You. It looks like you talk a lot when you drink.
Master Xu.
Sorry for butting in. I guess I can go do my thing somewhere else.
A small interruption. A great plan. Your ability to startle people is truly exceptional.
I can't hold a torch to Master Xu.
That does put me in a difficult position. I had planned to have you take over for me one day.
Master Guojia.
No, it's nothing. You have your own strengths, especially when it comes to... Anyway. I really like that you accompany me when I'm drinking. I couldn't ask for a better friend than you.
Yes. I will stay with you as long as you need me.
Yeah, so after that, Guojia passes away, and Xun You becomes more of a prominent figure and prominent strategist in the Wei army, because Xun Yu actually gets removed from the Wei army because of difference of opinions from him and Cao Cao. And there's also some other things too, and we'll go over to that when I get to Xun Yu's story. But he gets removed from the kingdom and sent back to Zhuchang to watch over the domestic affairs over there, and Xun Yu really becomes the forefront for main strategist, really becomes the main strategist. All right, and I'm not going to go through all the cutscenes for all that and all the things he says. He just becomes more talkative and all that. I'm honestly just ready to get through this so I can get through the old characters. I'm sorry, Xun You, that I'm doing this to you, but I am excited to get to the next person. Xun You is number 84th on this list. He was a decent character. I'm going to let his cutscene play. Then we're going to talk about his voice acting, weapon style, and overall his character design.
Xun You helped Cao Cao and his men win the battle at Rushuku. However, he realized just how weak Wei was when they were forced to retreat despite their victory. In order to strengthen the country, he gave up his role as advisor and became a politician instead. It was an obvious attempt to help strengthen Wei's ability to end the chaos. In fact, it was a plan that only Xun You could carry out. Much like when he was proposing tactics, Xun You devoted himself to his new career in politics.
Here, I took care of these for you.
You work too hard, my friend. I guess it's not bad to be stuck at your desk all the time. But don't you want to get out in the field sometimes? Two of the best strategists in all of Wei. We can sneak onto a battlefield and stir up some trouble. Well, if you are too busy, I think I will just go by myself.
Go. I was getting bored too.
This is a surprise. I didn't expect that from you.
Payback for the times you did it to me. I am just happy it all worked out.
Xun Yu's story comes to an end, and now let's discuss his, voice acting, weapons, and just his overall character development and personality and stuff like that. His voice acting is fine. He's a brand new character, just like with all the other new characters. Can't complain about his voice acting at all because, he didn't have a voice before, so the voice that they gave him fits him just fine. He uses is called an urumi, and the urumi is basically a whip-style blade that basically it's a whip. And I thought that was kind of weird that they gave basically Diao Chan's old weapon to Xun You. So he's got the whip blade called the urumi, which is, it's all right. I mean, it's not too bad. It's actually more realistic than some of the other stuff in the game, but it's definitely not one of my favorite styles. And of course, his personality, I really like the character Xun You himself. He's very humble, reserved, cautious, and I just like the way he presents himself when either asked a question or perhaps he needs to give his ideas very articulate, as is all the strategists. But Xun You really has that humility about him, and I've always enjoyed characters that had that humility and that non-arrogance kind of factor to them. So Xun You was one of my favorite characters to play as, for one of the newer ones. Just his weapon style probably would make him fall short in an actual ranking. But other than that, Xun Yu's, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got for you. To get on with the series and get on to number 83. And this is where the series really starts to take off, because number 83, well, I'll let you guys watch number 83. I'm not going to spoil who's that. I mean, we got 83 characters to go through, but it's going to be so much fun going through all the characters that have been in the game since like the second Dynasty Warriors, from the very first one, from whenever they started, how they changed their weapons, their voices. We're going to discuss all that as we go through each one, and until we make our way up to the number one Dynasty Warriors characters. And of course, in my opinion, and then it's on average due to a popularity vote that will happen back in 2017, and then also another ranking. And I'm not too sure about the source, but I don't have many other sources to go off of, so that's enough for me. And then we'll just keep going until we get through to number one. We might do some other stuff with the series after I finish it, but I'm not too sure about that. I'm just excited enough to do this series in itself. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video so far. Hope you guys are excited for episode number 83. I know I am. It's going to be a lot of fun putting it together, and I hope you guys enjoy the next one just as much as you enjoyed this one if you did. If you did enjoy this one, I definitely appreciate a like, comment, or subscribe. Definitely check out the next episode because it's going to be hope to see you guys in the next episode, and thanks for watching, guys.